What's up guys, welcome back. So this week we're checking out this fun one. So this is Jim Beam Double Oaked. I have always been very curious about these double oaked ones because I had this idea a while back of if you take a bourbon, which has to be made in a new charred oak barrel, and then throw that in a new charred oak barrel after it has been aged in that new charred oak barrel. How many times can I say new charred oak barrel? So basically you're taking a bourbon and then throwing it in a fresh barrel so it's getting all those new fresh flavors. I came up with that, or I had that idea and not realizing that somebody had already done it. Apparently what that process is called is double oaking. Woodford Reserve has one. I have a review right up there for that. And I was curious what Jim Beam's expression of double oaked is. So they take their 4-year aged Jim Beam bourbon and then they throw it in a new charred oak barrel. They don't have an age statement on what the second time is, so it's somewhere beyond 4 years. We're not sure exactly what. It's coming in at 43%. Let's give it a try. It's definitely rich in flavor. You get those caramel notes and things. You get those spices and char. You get a bit more char than their regular Jim Beam. Some kind of fruity cherry notes coming through, which, I mean, that's fairly typical along the lines of bourbon. I'm getting less like peanut brittle though, and more dark cherry, chocolate, caramel, things like that. Yeah, and kind of like apple pie spices as well. Oh, there is the peanut brittle on the palate. There's like those peanut flavors, nuttiness. That's like really nutty now that I think about it. It's like barrel char and roasted almonds, peanuts, cashews, hazelnuts, all the different types of nuts with a little bit of chocolate and cherry on the back end. That cherry is way stronger on the nose than it is on the palate. That's really interesting. But yeah, super nutty. I would say probably about a typical burn for what you would expect for a 43% Jim Beam. You could definitely use this in any cocktail. It can work in an old fashioned if you like those nutty flavors. I'm imagining too, I don't have a black walnut bitters, but a black walnut old fashioned with this would probably be pretty good just to like double down on that nuttiness, especially if you like nutty flavors. That would probably be really good. A cocktail that I kind of came up with, this is a pretty simple cocktail, but I like bourbon and Coke, and so I was thinking with the nutty flavors being kind of the forefront, if we added some herbaceous flavors and used a Verna in there, because I recently tried a Verna and Coke and that was pretty good. So I was like, what if you do bourbon and Coke with a Verna and Coke? So bourbon, Verna, Coke. Let's give it a try. Ooh, that's fun. That turns it a little bit more of what like Jim Beam Devil's Cut and Coke would do, adding more of those cherry flavors because of the herbaceous flavors in a Verna. I did about 2 ounces bourbon and 0.75 Averna. I would probably go 1.75 or 1.5 bourbon, and I would go 1 ounce of Averna, just because you don't taste it that much, and it just kind of tastes like a slightly tweaked bourbon Coke. A good price point, you're gonna spend about $25 for this bottle. I do also have a bottle of Devil's Cut, which is a very similar price point, so I'm kind of curious to try both of them side by side and see what the difference is. So let's check that out. Jim Beam Double Oaked, Devil's Cut, I've got a review right up there. So the Devil's Cut, you get those cherry flavors right off the bat, whereas the Double Oaked is way more nutty. That's extremely nutty on this one. This one's more chocolate cherry. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!